Hello, patriots, praying citizens, and truth seekers. It's a very exciting time to be alive. Tonight is Thursday, May 23rd, 2019. The president has ordered declassification of the FISA warrant applications. This is from Fox. Trump gives Attorney General Barr the authority to declassify documents related to 2016 campaign surveillance. Trump also ordered the intelligence community to cooperate with Barr. The memo reads, and here it is, this is from Sarah Sanders' Twitter account. It's a memorandum that the president signed tonight. Today, at the request and recommendation of the Attorney General of the United States, President Donald J. Trump directed the intelligence community to quickly and fully cooperate with the Attorney General's investigation into surveillance activities during the 2016 presidential election. The Attorney General has also been delegated full and complete authority to declassify information pertaining to this investigation in accordance with the long-established standards for handling classified information. Today's action will help ensure that all Americans learn the truth about the events that occurred and the actions that were taken during the last presidential election and will restore confidence in our public institutions. Paul Sperry then broke with this news. The first batch of POTUS declassification said to include FBI documents of recorded conversations exculpating George Papadopoulos and Carter Page prior to the FBI going for FISA warrant based on their alleged conspiracy. In other words, they had already been exonerated, nothing there, before the FBI went and demanded that they get warrants to spy on George Papadopoulos and Carter Page. Papadopoulos says that Stephen Halper and Alexander Downer both tried to record him with their cell phones. This is from the White House Twitter account. This whole thing was a takedown attempt at the President of the United States. Now I want to play for you a very short clip of the President using the word treason when talking about people at the FBI and the Department of Justice.
The Constitution says treason is punishable by death. You've accused your adversaries of treason. Who specifically are you accusing of treason?
Well, I think a number of people, and I think what you look is that they have unsuccessfully tried to take down the wrong person. If you look at Comey, if you look at McCabe, if you look at probably people higher than that, if you look at Strzok, if you look at his lover, Lisa Page, his wonderful lover, the two lovers, they talked openly. You know, they didn't use their private server because they didn't want to get caught, so they used the government server. That was not a good move. He talked about the insurance policy just in case crooked Hillary loses, and that didn't work out too well for them. So you look at them, they want an insurance policy so that should she, for any reason, lose, remember, 100 million to 1. Maybe he said 100 million to nothing, but should she lose, we'll have an insurance policy and we'll get this guy out of office. That's what they said, and that's what they meant. That's treason. That's treason.
Now I have another clip to play for you, and this is Donald Trump's response to Nancy Pelosi coming out before the cameras saying that she hopes the president's family will do an intervention, suggesting that he's lost his mind. Well, the president says in this clip that there are tapes of the exchange between Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer and Donald Trump where he tells them he's done fooling around because all they want to do is investigate.
Family would conduct an intervention with you. What's your reaction to that?
No, I saw her read it perfectly, just the way she said it. It's very, very sort of a nasty type statement, but I will say this. She said I walked into the room right next door yesterday and walked in and started screaming and yelling. Just the opposite. Just the opposite. Because I know that they will always say that, even if it didn't happen, because this happened once before. I walked out. I was so calm. You all saw me minutes later. I was at a news conference. I was extremely calm. I was probably even more so in that room. So I walked into the cabinet room. You had the group Crying Chuck, Crazy Nancy. I tell you what, I've been watching her, and I have been watching her for a long period of time. She's not the same person. She's lost it. Now, as far as the group is concerned, where is Sarah, Kellyanne? Where are you? Come here a minute. You were in that room. Kellyanne? You were in the room. Sarah was in the room. Mercedes was in the room yesterday. So I just want to let you know, every time I go into a room, if there aren't cameras, they come out and say, oh, he was yelling, he was screaming. Kellyanne, what was my temperament yesterday?
Very calm, no temper tantrum. I told the Facts First crowd as they published that you were fuming, temper tantrum, rage, lost it, that's just a lie because everyone was somebody had no tape. But you were very calm. So at the end of the
they have it on tape someplace?
Sure.
Good.
You started at the end of the table, stated your case.
Peter doesn't want to hear this, by the way. He wants to ask
the headlines are written there.
because he doesn't. He's fake news. But go ahead.
Sir, Mr. President, why would you have to raise your voice? You said to them when you're done, your 2 tracks, come back and we'll talk about infrastructure. You've made that very clear.
We had the meeting.
Infrastructure, drug pricing, USMCA. You've made that very clear to them.
And I just don't know what she's going to do with USMCA. It's going to be one of the great trade deals of all time. And frankly, if we didn't have tariffs, we would never have a deal like this. Because when Canada, when Mexico said they're not going to agree to certain points, I said, that's okay, we're just going to tariff your nation. We're going to tariff you. Either you're going to agree or not. It's a great deal. In fact, you know, your friends on the other side of the border, they started striking and picketing. So that's usually not a good sign for the other side, right? We made a great deal, but whether or not Pelosi understands it or whether, I don't think she's capable right now of understanding it. I think she's got a lot of problems. Mercedes, you were in the room yesterday. I walked in, and I would say in this voice, I said, not right what you did, and calling a meeting like this wasn't right. And so I said, so I'm going to postpone it or call it off. But you can focus on one thing. You shouldn't go down 2 tracks at the same time because they can't. They're so the whole Democrat Party is very messed up. They have never recovered from the great election of 2016, an election that I think you folks liked very much, right? Well, Nancy Pelosi was not happy about it, and she is a mess. Let me ask you this, Mercedes. You're always a straight talker. You were in that room yesterday?
Yes, sir.
What was my attitude when I walked in? Did I ever scream?
No, you were very calm and you were very direct. And you sent a very firm message to the Speaker and to the Democrats. And it's very discouraging and disgraceful to see that the Speaker would decide an hour before coming to the White House to make those comments, calling that there's a cover-up, and then striding to the White House and expect there to be a constructive meeting. You know, we want to solve these big issues of infrastructure. We want to solve these big issues of USMCA. You yourself have tried time and time again to negotiate and work with them on issues like border security, which they call a manufactured crisis. And it's time for them to wake up and to stop waging this political war and these endless investigations and start to really find the solutions that the American people are looking for, that our farmers are looking for.
Okay, guys, that's pretty much it for right now. I will bring an update when there is one. Let's thank God for what He's doing, and I thank you all very much for joining me with this great news, and I'll see you next time.